Hey, what up, y'all? This is Sonny from the band POD, and when I'm not living in airports and playing on stage, wearing this mask, not being afraid of COVID virus, I listen to the Subfacts podcast.
Hello and welcome to Subfacts. I'm your host, Matt. I'm here with my partner in crime, Mooney. What's up, Mooney?
What's up, dude?
You know, I had to play Sonny because he's not afraid of the coronavirus, but your boy over here, something's happening to me.
Yeah, I know. What's going on, dude?
I don't know. I woke up with like a really sore throat, and I didn't sleep last night. You know, the worst. It's like the worst kind of, like, I know there's other people with bigger problems in the world, but one of the worst ways to sleep is when your throat starts to go, because it feels like somebody's just like putting like a little dot of air on the back of your throat, and you just can't seem to, like,
yeah, I hate that. That is awful.
So I didn't sleep at all last night because every time I would like start to doze off or whatever, I'd get that little bit of air dot or whatever, and I was up. So then I was like, you know what? We could totally punt the show. But in the back of my head, I had Space Coast Bill and I had Ben from K Street Photography DC going, why didn't you do a show? What's up?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And it was funny because I had Space Coast Bill's bumper in my head where it was like,
oh no,
if they decide to do a show that week. So I was like, nope, I don't care if I'm dying, I'm doing this show today. So
I
got the chloroseptic.
It sounded
ready
like you should have punted, but we'll see.
I got the chloroseptic ready to go. If I fall out, then you and Brian are doing the rest of the show. But I think I'll be. I haven't. Have you? When's the last time you had chloroseptic? By the way, I grew up on this stuff. Like,
yeah, I didn't know that was for a sore throat.
Yeah, you totally do the, and it like literally numbs your throat.
Yeah.
So I totally did it before the show. So
nice. All right.
It's good stuff. Like it's an acquired taste. It's definitely an acquired taste.
I can't remember the last time I used it.
But yeah, like this completely pones any kind of like throat lozenge or anything like that. And so hopefully this will help me get to sleep.
What is that, like $8.95? Jesus.
What do you mean as far as
the bottle goes? The cost?
Oh, $10.
Yeah,
boom, that's what I say. Walgreens.
That's expensive.
Oh, it totally is.
Medicine's expensive now.
It totally is, but it's gonna get me through the night. And if I can get a good night's sleep, then I'll be solid.
There you go.
But at least that's what I'm hoping for, folks. With that being said,
awesome.
What's up, Brian?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
What's up, dude?
Hey, so first question, not including Miracle because it's the best. What is the best hockey movie?
Ooh, I do like Miracle. That is probably my favorite.
Shockingly, it's not mine. I like it. I enjoy it.
It's not your favorite?
It's not my favorite. That's why it shouldn't be an automatic. What? It shouldn't be an automatic shoo-in.
Oh, if he put Miracle up there, I would choose that above.
He said like not including Miracle. That's why I'm like, hey.
Out of the ones he has up there,
so for the viewers that are listening and not watching, we have Slapshot, Goon, Mystery Alaska, Youngblood, and The Mighty Ducks. But there could be more. I don't think there are.
I'm not aware of many other hockey movies other than the Mighty Ducks sequels.
Yeah.
And
then like Kevin Smith always has like a nod to hockey in his movies, but never really an actual hockey.
It's not a hockey movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Youngblood. I was just talking about this the other day. There are so many good lines in that movie. Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe, the coach from that movie. People,
and the girl was hot too.
Oh, what's her name?
I can't think of her name, but she was hot. Oh, Cynthia Gibbs,
right there on the.
Yeah, Cynthia Gibbs.
She was very hot. Then you have like the mistress who runs the house where they stay that he sleeps with. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that movie's solid, dude.
It is pretty great.
And it came out at a time where I was younger and these guys were younger. So I mean, like. I don't know. I looked up to him a little bit. It was, and then he, goes back to the farm. He learns how to fight, fights the goon at the end. Mm-hmm. Come on, dude. That movie's right up my alley. It's like, it spells Mooney.
It does. Yeah, I think Brian picked definitely the tops. Like I said, could you even put Happy Gilmore in there just
Yeah,
for
you
the little
could.
bit?
Yeah,
but
absolutely could.
but no, I think I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna pick probably like the Mighty Ducks because I've seen it 50 million times and will watch it any single time. But the way you just talked up Youngblood, I need to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I want to rewatch it
I
too.
loved it back in the day, and so I love, like I said, I love Goon's awesome. Slapshot's a classic. You can't go wrong with that. And obviously Mighty Ducks, but the way you talked up Youngblood, you sold me, sir.
Awesome.
I could be sick, but you sold me.
Oh, nice.
We're going Youngblood. Team
Nice.
Subfacts.
Goon is
Boom.
good. Mystery Alaska's good. I mean, they're all good.
All right.
Yep.
Awesome. Next question. Someone offers you $250,000 to eat nothing but one of these insect foods for a month. Which do you choose? Either larvettes, which is like a mealworm snack, I guess, that's cheddar cheese flavored, or crickets, which are salt and vinegar coated crickets.
Are these real things?
These are real things.
or-
You can buy them on Amazon.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe you should try them on the show.
250,000 for a month?
Yeah, you can eat nothing but this.
Oh. I think I have a slam dunk.
I'd go with the cheddar cheese only because it's got cheese.
No, I like the cheddar cheese aspect too, but those things like still move around and wiggle and stuff.
No,
They're pretty much dried. They're all dried.
Oh, they're
dead
not
and dry. They're not alive.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they'll be
Oh,
like
that-
crunchy a little bit.
Okay, well that changes it up then. I think cheddar cheese then, because I don't like salt and vinegar, but like when I watch those like survival shows,
I'll open it up to this. They have other flavors. Like they have barbecue. They have
crickets.
Yeah, both of these. But
Like if
I
I
just
could
picked
get
it.
some cheddar cheese crickets, I think I would go.
I don't think they had cheddar cheese, but they had sour cream and onion. They had sour cream and onion, salt and vinegar, and barbecue.
Yeah, the cheese aspect.
The
does it
cheese,
for me.
the cheese, I think sells it.
Yeah.
So I'd go the larvettes. But if I could get some crickets and cheese, I would switch out to do the crickets.
I think I'd still go with the
Because
larvettes.
I don't know what the protein.
They look like Cheetos.
I don't know what the protein content is, but like when I watch the survival shows, they're all, crickets, good source of protein, and they just chomp them down.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm like, if I could get some cheese crickets,
I don't know, but I could probably train my brain or trick my brain to thinking the larvettes are Cheetos.
That's what I was thinking, Mooney. Like I was thinking they're less. I could fool myself into thinking they weren't bugs.
As long as I wasn't. Here's the thing: no matter what, I couldn't eat them and look at them.
Would you try them on the show?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
We should get some for the show.
We might have to.
Of course I would. Why wouldn't I? Like I wouldn't promise eating more than like 2 or 3.
But you would definitely.
I would
put
definitely
a few
try
down.
it. Of course.
There you go.
You never know. You might like them. They might become your next favorite snack.
Bomb it after, and whatever. And
I'd
clear it out.
like to see what the protein content is. The larvettes too. Maybe that's a good source of protein too. Like if you think about it, if they do kind of taste like
If
Cheetos,
I'm gonna try one or the, I don't know if I would. I mean, I would. Of course, I would try both. But if I had to try one, I would prefer trying the larvettes.
if they taste like Cheetos, if you think about it, if you're getting protein Cheetos, you'd eat those all the time.
Yeah, I would absolutely have to not look. I would look for the show for the YouTube thing, but after that, if I was eating them, I couldn't look.
Yeah, fair enough. Boom.
All right.
Boom.
Awesome. Last
Good
question.
question.
What is one thing that you don't like about each other?
We have to keep it to one.
Just one thing.
Ian Matt?
Yeah.
He's trying to get an argument going.
Well, earlier in a previous show, we did what's one thing you like about each other. So now what's one thing you don't
Okay.
like?
Oh, okay. Well, take it to the negative turn, sir. We were gonna have a good show. What don't you like about me?
I mean, it's everyone has idiosyncrasies that they're like, I mean, if I were to pick one thing, it's Matt's complete infatuation with his life and the fact that he thinks he's so important to this world. that would be the one thing.
Awesome.
Matt, what's your one thing?
My one thing is, and I think eventually in the future, and we'll talk about this in some upcoming shows, but I would like Mooney to embrace music more. So I think so we could have I think it would be so like Mooney and I, like throughout the day, we talk about so many different things and all different topics for the most part. and every time we hit music, there's just this like void. There's like a black hole.
Yeah.
And so it would be awesome to be able to segue from like this to this to like, oh, I found this new, Irish folk band or whatever. And he'd be like, what do you mean? Tell me more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll give it a listen, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I think it'd be cooler if we could have that, like, take another level out of it. So
Nice.
I think that'd be it.
Good. Cool.
Outside of that, I think
Nice try, Brian.
he's an overall good dude.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, thank you for bringing this up.
Yeah, we argued about this one.
So this is something, and actually I didn't put it on the docket, but we need to clarify. So for the people who are listening on the radio and not listening to not watching the YouTube, we made a bet last week about the #1 movie, Knock at the Cabin or 80 for Brady. And so there's an interesting thing. 80 for Brady did, I guess, better than everybody expected, but they also lowered their ticket price. And so, I guess it's money being grossed doesn't help when you lower the ticket price. So if they kept the ticket price at a regular price, they might have actually been #1. You could argue that.
You can't argue that though. They had to drop the ticket price to get the people to buy tickets.
But I think
no one was going to buy a ticket at full
I think it
price
did better than they expected.
It did a lot better than expected.
Because they cut the ticket price.
And Brian can be the thing. We were talking about this earlier. Like, so let's say they cut the ticket price by like $5. Would that impact you? What you're either going to see it or you're not going to see it, right?
I mean, for me, yes.
If a normal ticket price is $14, if they lowered it to $12 or $10, I'm still not going to see it. Like, if I don't want to see it, I'm not going to see it.
I think lowering the price was probably smart. They probably got older people to go because older people love a deal. So
sure, but
they do. They love a deal. They go to friendlies at 5:00.
Yeah.
Like
I do too, typically. But I'm just saying, like, with all the entertainment that you have normally, you either want to see it or you don't want to see it. I don't think.
I know, but they don't really have anything to do during the day if they're retired, and they're going to go, a reduced ticket price for that movie. Sure.
I'm wondering how many people actually knew there was a reduced ticket price.
The industry standard is the gross ticket sales. So I mean, I don't think you can argue.
Is there like a number of tickets sold? Because sometimes
there might be. Let me close out the screen share and then.
So what is the 3,912?
That's number theaters.
Okay.
So let me.
Why is 80s for Brady in more theaters? That's insane. So I don't know why any movie theater would put that in their list.
I'm going to go to Box Office Mojo, and we'll.
Can't go wrong with Box Office Mojo.
And then we're going to go to Weekend.
We had the third question. There was the larva question and what we don't like about each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what was?
What was it? It was February. Okay, here. So, I mean, by average theater, they don't really have ticket sales.
Yes, it doesn't really say. But anyway, at the end of the day,
it might.
31 with Knock at the Cabin, but it's just kind of weird that I think if they didn't reduce the ticket price, I would have had a better shot.
You might have, but I mean, both of those. I mean, Knock at the Cabin should have done a lot more than 12 million.
Well, people I think are jaded on M. Night Shyamalan.
They absolutely are jaded on him.
Everybody knows the fact that he screws people over.
He gives it to people good.
Yeah.
Right. They go to see his movies and then they're like, oh man, he got me again.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
So 80 for Brady, the budget was $28 million, which I don't know how they decided to spend that much money on that movie. That's crazy.
Well, you think look at the old star power.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. They got some
heavy hitters there.
Yeah.
Knock at the Cabin budget was $20 million. So, I mean,
boom.
Knock at the Cabin made more money and it cost less to make. So,
but they didn't make neither one made their money back yet.
No,
but they will. That's week one. You're gonna get easily
week one. You should make your money back.
You're gonna easily make. They're gonna easily make their money back.
Unless you're in a $150 million movie, you should make your money back.
And I think the one that wins in the long run is going to be the 80 for Brady because people are going to. Like old people, are going to buy the DVD, they're going to buy the whatever.
But that doesn't go into domestic revenue, I don't think.
I think it goes in the overall.
It does.
Yeah.
I thought it was only sales.
So I think if we looked back at it 20 years from now, 80 for Brady will be the bigger draw.
I don't think DVD sales go into.
They absolutely do.
Yeah.
How do they do? Then how do they even count that?
What do you mean? How do they count anything?
I mean, because the studio gets money for each DVD that's sold, and they add that back into the total.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Yeah. So anyway,
but they sell them at a time. Like they don't sell it. Do they get? I don't know if they get revenue for each DVD they sell. I think they sell the DVD to X amount of people, and then that's it. They got the money from the Best Buy, Amazon, or
that's
whoever
they true.
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
selling the DVD, and then if they're stuck with that many DVDs,
like, Best Buy and Amazon and all these other companies won't buy the DVD. As many DVDs for a movie they don't think they can sell as many of.
They don't think they can push, and the Walmart's going to sell 80 for Brady like a champ.
Oh my God, absolutely,
that's definitely happening. Boom. Okay, cool. Well, good job and congratulations. You won the 80 for Brady.
I don't know.
Knock at the Cabin. No, we did it. It was just friendly wager.
You get to eat insects on a future show.
I know, right? So I already talked to you about my Ailness, and so far so good.
Ailness or ailment?
I think is it illness?
Ailment or illness?
Illness, maybe.
It's illness.
Yeah.
But or ailment.
It's not illness.
Anyway, so the one thing is you don't have to worry. I don't have a fever. I don't have a temperature or anything like that. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Don't worry.
Yeah. So anyway, what I did want to highlight is I have completely changed my tune on tribute bands. Before, I thought it was always cheesy and pretty schlocky. And every time that I've seen like tribute bands, it's bands where they're, let's say you pick Motley Crue, right? The people try to dress up like, Tommy Lee and Vince Neil and all that. And it just looks corny.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been like, well, why would you do that? Especially if you can actually see the real band play. Like if they're still alive, it's one thing if, Jimi Hendrix, he's not coming back. So if there's a Jimi Hendrix guy, he wants to dress the part. I still think it's corny, but I get it to a point. So I've been a big proponent of not going to see bands I enjoy. Like I'll go see a tribute band of somebody I don't really care about much because it doesn't really matter much. Cheap ticket, why not? But
there you go, cheap ticket. You would go.
Well, somebody would have to be wanting me to go. like if you came up to me and was like, "Hey, there's a cheap ticket to
Billy Joel tribute.
I'll go. Why not?" I wouldn't have gone had you not come to me and said, "Let's go." You know what I mean? So this past weekend, I went to the world famous Tally Ho to see an Iron Maiden tribute band called Eyes of the Nile. And what was really cool is opening up was a Pantera tribute band called.
Oh my God, I would have
called Pantera. I know you
would have completely.
You were gonna.
I was gonna go.
You were gonna go.
I would have been out.
I went with Andy from CreativeUnderground.co.com, and while the Pantera band, and they were really good. Andy just looks at me, and goes, "Mooney would hate this."
Yeah,
Mooney
I would have bolted. I wouldn't have stayed. I would have came back for the Iron Maiden tribute band.
And so. What I will say, I have completely changed my tune based on actually both of those bands.
But how do you do that? You've been chasing Iron Maiden for like weeks now.
I know, and I'm new to the party here, but
you've been loving on Iron Maiden for a while.
I have been.
But I don't see how one tribute band that you wanted to see that sings the music you currently love would change your opinion on tribute bands.
Here's what I figured out. So if you have a tribute band and you don't come out trying to dress up like whomever or whatever, and you can tell that you're just having fun. It occurred to me during this event, because people were going nuts, singing every song. Andy and I were like kids in a candy store type of thing. And I realized the trick is you have to think about it like, okay, you're in a room full of like-minded people because you're obviously liking the same band. And you're not trying to like schlock it up and do the corny stuff. And you just happen to be a good band that can play those songs. It's like one big love fest, good energy, that kind of thing. But like I said, the coolest thing was there was no, Nobody was trying to be anybody within the real band.
Right.
So it's basically just like, hey, a bunch of cool guys that like to play the same music you like, and we're all having a good time. Same with the Pantera band. Great job. Nobody tried to look like.
Well, it's hard to look
anybody
like
in
Pantera. I mean, I guess you could do it, but I mean,
you could do it. But I mean, I think I think any tribute band who's out there listening to me now should literally go, oh, we don't need to look like the people. We can just play the music. Yes. That is the
absolutely.
trick.
You should.
That is 100% the trick.
I mean, unless you're doing like a Kiss tribute and you're doing early Kiss, and the whole purpose is to look like them a little bit.
But see, that's when I think I would go like, it's kind of schlocky. Like if they just came out and they were like really technically savvy.
Schlocky? Is that your word of the day?
Well, what else is a good word for corny? I guess I could.
Corny's good,
corny.
but I just was wondering. No, schlocky's fine. I just didn't know if
I think
like,
schlocky and corny is kind of the same thing.
I didn't know if you had on like a word of the day calendar, like
no,
you had to
no.
You're like, how can I work this into the podcast?
Yeah,
today?
but I think if a band was like, let's say they just look like you and I, right? But they could.
Well, we could do Daryl Hall and John Oates.
That's true. But what I'm saying, we wouldn't even look like them. So if they just said like,
we wouldn't sound like
if they technically played just like Kiss, without looking like Kiss,
yeah, that's fine.
I would enjoy it more. I think that's what
I don't know if I would enjoy. I think that's what I'm realizing. More, but I would enjoy it the same.
Yeah,
because the voice thing would do it for me either way.
Which, by the way, we found out this week, or the world did. Doc McGee, who's the manager of Kiss.
No one knows who it is.
Dude, Doc McGee managed.
No one knows who Doc McGee is. He
used to manage Bon Jovi. He's managed Motley Crue.
I'm telling you right now, you can ask a random person. They don't know Doc McGee. Dude, they know those bands.
I think Doc McGee's known him. Well, you don't know, but a lot of people know Doc McGee. No but anyway, Doc McGee basically outed his boy Paul Stanley from Kiss as far as singing the backing tracks. And so
what's a backing track? Like music in the background?
So they're literally playing.
Oh, and he's just mouthing, lip singing?
Well, the funny thing is Doc tried to clarify it as he's singing with the backing track.
Oh, geez.
That's like, hell, I could sing with the backing track.
Yeah.
You play, Party All Night, or Rock and Roll All Night. And with Paul Stanley, like from 1978 singing it, and then me singing with it, hell, I could do that too.
Yeah, you could. I mean,
while he tried to justify it, it didn't help at all, because you're just like, look, now I go to see Kiss and I'm not going to get the real Paul Stanley. Like
that happens, right? I mean,
well, as you get older, it's one of those things that happens. But anyway, they're retiring at someday anyway.
I doubt
they're on their final tour and they keep adding dates. So it's like, when is
but I mean, the final tour next year, they always do that. They always come back for another.
Yeah. Well,
they're like the Phoenix. They rise from their ashes.
Exactly. Well, anyway, kudos to Eyes of the Nile. You've officially changed my perspective on tribute bands.
Way to go, Eyes of the Nile.
And you missed a good show, sir.
No, I didn't.
Well, no, you wouldn't have liked.
I wouldn't have liked Pantera at all.
You wouldn't have liked the Pantera, but you would have loved the Eyes of the Nile.
I probably would have liked that. No, well, next time
awesome. And quite frankly, they just seem like really great people, great energy, a lot of fun. And Andy and I were like kids in a candy store. So good times.
Are you gonna go manage them now, like your brother?
No, dude, that's a secret. No, I'm just kidding. No. But everybody seemed really cool, and maybe we'll get him on the show later at some point.
There you go, boom.
But I would definitely go see him back. I will definitely see him again when they come back. Know who I won't go see?
I don't know.
Burt Bacharach.
Did he die?
Yeah,
sucks.
94, and that's your guy. He had
lots of did rom-com.
Your stuff. Mellow style music. And what I found out tonight, I didn't realize this, but he wrote Arthur's theme. The Christopher Cross song. Yeah. That's like one of my favorite songs. I had no idea he had anything to do with it.
Damn.
Boom. So
what songs did he sing? What are some of the?
He did What the World Needs Now, which we heard in Austin Powers.
Okay.
He did Say a Little Prayer. I Say a Little Prayer for You.
Okay, I
think it's Dionne Warwick. Or Walk On By. You would know pretty much most of these songs.
Yeah, if I heard them, yeah.
The Look of Love, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. You know that one.
I do?
I think you do. Maybe you don't. Anyway.
I think you're giving me too much faith in the
Close to You.
Burt Bacharach songs.
Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. He wrote that.
Yeah,
that one I know.
You love
what
Raindrops
I'm saying
Keep Falling on Your Head.
Is it anything like not Aerosmith, Rolling Stones, where like, it's a title.
You didn't know the 40 licks. Yeah. I think if you pulled up Burt Bacharach's like compilation of greatest hits or whatever, you would know probably 90% of them.
Okay.
Dude's like very prolific writer in that genre.
And his songs have been used in everything. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Like, everything.
So he had, 94 years old.
R.I.P. What? How old?
94. Life well lived.
Wow, he lived a long time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that dude definitely hung in there. So kudos to Burt Bacharach.
Kudos,
and
man.
R.I.P.
brother.
Godspeed, sir. Godspeed. And so let's see where we're going next. My wife's favorite part of the show.
Mailbag. Okay, folks, it's time for mailbag.
Boom. You got to see your mom this weekend, right? Did you let her know? Did you let her know? Her new fan?
Yeah. I forgot.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right.
But no, we had a good time over in Delaware with the folks.
Boom. Solid.
All right, the mailbag this week is from Space Coast Bill, and he writes in, his subject is 2 requests, 1 review. And he says, as I've mentioned before, I listen to your show on my drive to from work. So I had already written my Avatar review a couple of days ago. Now that I've deleted that, here's my review of Knock at the Cabin. He says,
Sorry.
He says, I'm a sucker for M. Night, no matter how often he disappoints me. Knock at the Cabin was Shyamalan's typical low-budget film. He finances his films himself, so he has complete creative control. The story is intriguing, and although the movie moved a bit slow, I couldn't wait to see what would happen next. There's not a lot of action, as it's mostly character development in the form of flashbacks, but it's necessary for you to understand where each character is coming from. There's mystery and tension as you're trying to figure out if the characters are lunatics or if they're telling the truth or what decision the family in the cabin is going to make. Unlike most Shyamalan movies, which to me are love it or hate it, this movie was good, but not great. I'm not sure it's strong enough to watch a second time once you know what happens, but it's a good journey for 100 minutes. I'd give it a 3.14 rocket ships out of 5.
Awesome.
Boom. That's actually more promising than I expected.
Now it makes me want to see it.
Yeah.
Because I like what he said. I do like, I'm a sucker for flashbacks in movies when they build up the characters. And I do like the fact that, it sounds like there is a question of whether these people are telling the truth and they don't believe them right away. And I'm in.
And the weird thing is, I think the way Bill writes his reviews make you can believe him, you can trust him.
Yeah, he's not in it for the money, right? He's not getting paid.
Yeah,
a newspaper isn't paying him, and he can't be bought to give a movie 3 shekels as opposed to 2.
Yeah, like no offense to you, but if I say, "Oh, this movie's on," if my wife and I are trying to find a movie, and I go, "Oh, Mooney loved this movie," she usually gives me that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
But now,
of course,
and I don't really know Space Coast Bill movies and all that, but based on the fact that he writes these reviews, I'm like, hey, he's trustworthy.
Yeah,
I trust him.
Wallpaper advising on a TV show, there's no chance.
Oh yeah, no chance it's good.
Right,
but
that's the thing. I only take certain people's opinions into account when watching it. When I want to watch a movie or a TV show I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, so I think that's SCB's special calling in life is being a movie reviewer. So,
he's damn good at it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
He is.
Thank you for the email, Space Coast.
Yeah, thank you, SCB.
Thank you, Bill.
Boom.
Oh, speaking of movies,
good segue. I feel like I sound like that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you have that.
That's the one good thing about having sick voice. I sit there and do I do the living on a prayer. I'm like, ooga, 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 ooga. Do you ever do that? When you get the sick voice?
I don't. Maybe. Yeah.
I do Marilyn Manson stuff and everything too. I'm like, sweet dreams are made of these.
That song's terrible the way he sings it. Terrible.
Really? That's the one thing I don't like about you, sir. We can't have this conversation.
Is an amazing song, and he crushes it to
anyway,
ashes.
Do you play with your voice when you have sick voice?
Not really.
I'm the only one. Brian,
I don't know.
Do you play with your voice when you have sick voice?
Of course I do.
Awesome.
Who doesn't
Thank
do
you.
that?
That's what I'm saying. I thought
I don't even know. I don't.
You don't be like, "Hi, how are you?"
Sunday,
No,
Sunday,
you go like extra
Sunday.
low.
I don't know, but I think I can go low if I wanted to.
No, but when you're
Like,
sick and it sounds that way, you
it
don't
gets
go.
gravelly. Like,
Yeah,
I
you don't go
know. I mean,
lower. Like, hey.
maybe I would try to sing a Concrete Blonde song. I don't know. Like,
Joey, baby.
but you got to have the smoke though. It's not low. It's smoke.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like my voice isn't typically low, so when I hear it low, I'm just like,
I do love people. I love like Joe Walsh. Is it?
Yeah.
Like his voice is pretty cool, and that's only because he smoked 9 million cigarettes.
Well, he's got like a nasally kind of voice.
Yeah.
But it's all good. So anyway, movies of the week. So movies of the week this weekend is funny because Hollywood knows no guys are going to the movies this week because there's a sporting event going on.
Yeah, exactly.
This
You
weekend.
can't say the name. That's really it's.
Oh, we
crazy.
can. I don't care. But I mean,
I think you get that one. You can actually
you can actually get in trouble for it if you don't have. But we've said it many a time,
Yeah,
and we'll say it. We'll say it in the show later on. But so this week is the Titanic 25th anniversary. If James Cameron didn't have enough money, let's re-release.
They are not
Titanic.
They are not
for the 25th anniversary.
Oh my god!
And the sad thing is, didn't they've re-released it a few times?
Serious?
It's such a money grab. Such a money grab.
They are re-releasing that crap.
Yep.
I mean, I enjoyed it the first time. Maybe
I hated it. I was bored. I was so annoyed.
Nah, Titanic's a good movie.
I've seen it one time. That was it.
I've seen it a few times.
Although, don't think I haven't looked up the stills online about my girl Kate Winslet. But I didn't want to watch.
You
the
like
rest of
Kate
the movie.
Winslet?
I think she's cute.
Yeah.
Especially back then too.
Shouldn't do it for me.
I would draw her naked in the Titanic.
Well, I would draw her naked, but she don't really. Yeah, there it is. Titanic 25th re-release.
You doubt me, sir?
What
every week I do
God's name are they doing?
You doubted me? Like I literally do this every week.
I am not doubting you. It's shocking to me that people are going to go pay to see this movie again.
James Cameron needed an extra car.
Jesus.
Or extra garage for his cars.
God. And oh my God, A Man Called Otto is still out in the theater.
So,
how is that possible?
Well, instead of looking on your phone, I can tell you what else is coming out this week. Magic Mike's Last Dance.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Another key indicator that men will not be going to the movie theater this week.
No wonder they released this crap.
Yep. And so I didn't see any of the other Magic Mikes, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I didn't. What is what number is this? 5?
I think it's 3. I think it's 3.
Oh, Jesus.
Somebody tried to convince me that they're actually good. Somebody was like,
no, they're not.
Or at least the first one. Somebody was like,
why is Channing Tatum? Well, I know why Channing Tatum is doing it, but can't he get other roles? He's a pretty good actor.
I guess. I don't know. But somebody was trying to convince me that the first Magic Mike was actually really good and guys would even like it. And I'm like, nah.
I doubt it.
For me.
And I think it probably did make money. They wouldn't have made 3 of them if.
Yeah, I think. Well, there's an audience. It's just not us. Okay. So anyway, the next thing I wanted to bring up, it came out this week. What AMC might be the dumbest movie theater chain in the whole wide world. Because they decided, like, they're already having trouble getting people into the theater, right? AMC decided that they're going to have more expensive seats. They're going to be called sightline seats. So if you look at the grid, typically where you have the screen, you have the first couple rows, then you have like the middle section. They made a square basically. Anything within this square, which is like what people want, is like an extra $2.
That's awesome.
No,
it is awesome.
Why?
Because then those people can pay more money. Because I never sit in the middle, never.
No, I understand. But
I always sit. My favorite seat is back left or back right.
But what I'm saying is, from like a business perspective, does it make sense to charge more when people are struggling to get into the theater to begin with?
No.
I think that's
a very dumb business decision.
I think whoever, like, Mr. Burns should be like, Smithers, who said that? And let's release the dogs on them.
It's a foolish move.
Dumbest move ever.
But the problem is they need to make more money on seats because they lose a ton on the tickets.
I guarantee
they get it all back on the popcorn and everything like that.
I guarantee you in like a month from now, AMC's pulling that back.
Oh, of course. They're not. Yeah, they're going to roll back that plan. stupid.
Dumbest move ever. And I get it. If you're going full on summertime movies and
the
it's
CEO probably didn't even know they did that, and he's gonna roll some heads.
He should be. Like, and I get it. If we're talking
what?
If we're talking like
Smithers,
90s or whatever, in blockbusters, all that, do it all day long. I don't care about that.
Right.
But now,
if
no
you're
chance.
Right. I mean, I get it if you're gonna do this ahead of Mission Impossible, where you're gonna pack the theater.
Yeah. Because what they don't realize is there's a way more me's now who don't have
go
to see it in the movie theater. I can sit at my house and watch it.
And I don't even go that often. I go once a month. Maybe.
Yeah. So stupid AMC, you're dumb.
Yeah, they're dumb. That's a pretty stupid move. I like it because I don't really care because I'm a back left, back right guy.
Yeah. So so that's the movie section, but I'm going to segue into TV and books because
books. Why in the hell are we doing books?
Because I thought about you, sir. Let me get the TV done first because both of these have your name written all over. Okay, so TV. I found a new show this week, and it was on the Discovery Plus channel, and it's called Finding My First Love. And it sounds stupid, but it's actually kind of fun. So basically, they have people who have had this encounter with somebody else. It could have been a couple weeks, could have been a spring fling, that kind of thing. And then for whatever reason, they separated, and then like years later, somebody's going, well, I wonder what could have happened with that flame or whatever. And they're not on like Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. So you just have no idea where they are. So this lady basically helps you find that person.
Really?
And the funny thing is most of these are in different countries. So she has like private investigators and everything at her disposal. And she's like, well, let's say one of the guys, I'll give you an example, went to school abroad in like Monte Carlo or something like that. And he had like a couple dates with this girl,
and then he sort of fell in love with her.
Yeah. And so it's like, well, let's go to Monte Carlo and see if we can find her. And I'm like, no, that was like 5-6 years ago.
Right.
What's she going to, then at one point they thought she was in Hong Kong. There was one point, so it's sometimes they're crisscrossing.
So people are
trying
to tracking her down, like FBI style.
Yeah. And like they, they go door to door, knocking on doors. It's kind of compelling. The only thing that I've seen in the couple episodes that I've seen, it's a lot of good looking people looking for other finding good looking people. And they seem to be very cordial when they're found. Meanwhile, like I'm looking, like for me, if I was looking for an old flame, I would, in a weird sort of way, want to know that they're in some crack den somewhere. You know what I mean? Like I want to go like, I want it to be like, oh, we found so-and-so, but
so you see what she's doing gonna happen.
Yeah, like she's doing meth in the bathroom at CBGB's. Like that's what I want to know.
You're like, you avoided like disaster.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Or she could have traded up with you.
Yeah, or just I want to see something crazy,
Of course, you want to see
like that.
Mr. Life Coach wants to see,
or like she gained it, like she's now on 1,000 Pound Sister.
Because
you know what I mean? Like
it's all about Matt. So
yeah, exactly. Mr. Life Coach wants to see other people in disheveled misery.
I'm saying maybe that'll happen in future episodes. I've only seen a couple, but I'm just saying I would like that. I want to see something different.
You're mean. Deep down.
So you want to see the perfect guy find the perfect girl.
Like, like if it were me, like obviously one of the first loves I was able to see on Facebook. My point is that you would want them to, if you're watching the show, why would you watch it other than the fact that you hope it works out for the two of them?
Well, then, yeah.
Why would you root against it and watch?
Well, what if you had a long fling or whatever, some thing, and then like you're married now and all.
Yeah.
But what if it's like a Gemma Chan or somebody comes and finds you and is like, hey, we had an encounter, you probably don't remember it, a couple years ago, but I really have always thought about it. What do you do?
I don't know, but I mean there's not many. Here's the thing, I don't have that many encounters where like I don't remember.
Yeah.
Or like, and I would, if they got away for a reason.
Yeah.
But But I don't know. Like a Gemma Chan, that would be hard, right? You'd have to make some decisions.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. I would feel honored if somebody was trying to find me, but I think most
That would
people
be cool. Like,
I think most people are trying to avoid
being
me.
able to get to say no. You'd be like, I know you searched me down, but I'm sorry, I'm married.
Yeah. I think it'd be fun. Why not? I think it'd be cool.
But I don't think I have a Gemma Chan searching for me or a Kate Beckinsale. That would be cool though.
Yeah. It would be awesome. And the one thing I did notice is a couple times they meet like they'll meet like friends of like the dude and this girl's looking for him, and it total bro code because they're like, do you have a contact number for him? And they do. And he's like, nah, dude, we haven't heard from him in a while, that kind of thing. Because you never know if it's like a clinger.
Yeah, but if it's a hottie, then you gotta like say, of course I have his number. It's right here.
Yeah, you gotta trust that your friends aren't gonna try to screw you in the long run, So anyway, it's fun. It's called Finding My First Love. And like I said, for me, it's on the Discovery Plus channel. If it's on another, I don't know.
That's something I would watch.
Now the reason I don't read and I don't talk books for the most part. I found out a bit about this today. So there's a book that came out in 1934. It's called Cain's Jawbone. And so it's kind of a puzzle. And this is fascinating. So the guy who wrote it specialized, I think he invented like the crossword puzzle. It's something crazy like that. So he created a book. It's a 100-page book. And it's a complete murder mystery, but each page is completely out of order. So nothing is like one page could be, the second page could be like halfway through the deck of, what it is. So here's the thing. There's a contest, and there was a contest even back in 1934 when he did it. So if you can figure out who committed the murder and who was murdered, those days, I think you got like $15 because it was 1934. Now it's like $1,000 or something like that.
Nice.
The thing is, 4 people since 1934 have actually figured it out. 4 people. And like, there's a bunch of YouTube videos and TikToks, and what people are doing is treating it like an FBI type of thing where you put each page on a wall and you're trying to decipher. And apparently it's so difficult to just, even when you read one page, to try to figure out what's going on. So literally,
I have to read this.
Yeah. So it's called Cain's Jawbone. I thought of you instantly.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
But there's no way. Like, if only 4 people have figured it out, like the guy.
I'm not saying I would figure it out. I'm saying it would be cool to try.
The last guy who figured it out was a comedian from England, and he said that it took him like during COVID because you were trapped in your house.
Yeah.
He spent 4 months figuring it out. So he had time to sit there, because most people don't have time to literally do all of that. But he, did the whole thing and figured it out. And then once you win, you're like sworn to secrecy. Like you have to like sign NDFs and everything that you won't give it up. So it's a great kept secret.
That's awesome.
And this guy who did win, he said that he doesn't know how people would have done it without the internet. But like 2 people in 1934 or shortly after actually got it back then. But I think the problem is the dialect from England 1934
that's the hard part.
Was probably helping them back then, but not now. So I thought of you because I'm like, you totally need Cain's Jawbone.
Yeah, I would. There's something I would enjoy.
I think it would drive you nuts though. Like you'll never get it.
Well, you never get it, but you can keep submitting. Like, is it like Clue where you submit guesses and he said?
Well, I think you have to fill out an application to like actually do a final submission.
Okay.
I don't know how many guesses you get.
Okay.
I'm sure you can guess as many times as you want, but
what if you team up with someone, right? I mean, like, in other words, like, let's say
you and I could try to figure it out, but I'm terrible at that. So
what I'm saying is, if I submitted something and I know I didn't get it right, but I wouldn't know what part I got wrong. They don't tell you if you got 2 or 3 right.
Yeah, because like once again, you're trying to decipher who a murderer was, but also who got murdered.
Right.
So then there could be 4 or 5 different murders.
Yeah, so you can't do that either. You can't even team up.
You could get all but 3, or you get all but 1, and you would never know.
Right, because you can't go, hey, is it the rope and someone like holds up a rope card, right? It's not like that.
Yeah, and this book has been in print a few times over the years. So the fact that only 4 people have actually done it is amazing too.
Nice. All right, I like it.
So you need to find a smart person who's like a private eye type of person that can sit there and do it.
I'm doing it. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to win 1,000.
We should get it. You totally get it. But we need to see how much it costs. I don't know. It probably just costs like a normal book too.
Yeah. What Carl's Jaw?
It's called Cain, CAIN ''S Jawbone, and it's Cain's like Cain and Abel,
right?
Because apparently Cain killed Abel with a jawbone of a donkey, and so that's kind of how they got the name. Which there's a book. There's the cover of it right there.
$11.
Yeah, $11. Boom. So yeah, it's a huge thing. So Cain's Jawbone, everyone.
Awesome, dude. Very cool. Very cool.
See, I figured you'd like that, sir. Let's see. Where else are we going next? Boom. I'm going to get all my talking out of the way so you can close us out. So, and my voice will still hang in there. So new music this week, folks. New music coming out. The biggest one is Paramore, their new album, This Is Why.
Paramore.
I have tickets to see Paramore this summer.
Oh, of course you do.
Don't think I don't.
I would like, right?
Oh yeah, you would love Paramore. Okay. It'll be my first time seeing Paramore, but I've seen a ton of like concert videos.
Okay.
I personally think Hayley Williams is one of the best front persons. She just has this, she's like a ball of energy and sounds great.
Hayley Williams. That's a good name too.
I think she's hot too. Not the weird thing is when she's doing Paramore, she has cool like orangish hair, but when she's doing her solo stuff and she's normal, she sticks with her blonde hair. When she has just the blonde hair, she's not as hot.
Oh yeah, she's hot.
But when she has like the orange hair, she's hot. So
I agree. The orange hair makes her hot.
Yeah. So I'm like, way to see, not hot with the blonde hair, not as hot, I would say.
Not as hot, but
still like
hot.
With the orange hair, hot. So I'm excited to see Paramore. So
Paramore action.
Yep. So the album is called This Is Why. They've had like 3 singles have already come out.
Okay.
It's good stuff. Another one is a band that's more new to me, but they've been around for a while, is a band called In Flames.
Nope.
Their album is called Foregone. And
it should be Gone.
No, In Flames is actually pretty cool.
No.
They're a Swedish metal band.
A Swedish metal band, and they're pretty cool.
What's wrong with that?
Oh my God.
And so so from what I've heard of In Flames, I like them a lot. So
of course
I'm excited.
Of course.
Because I found another band this week. I found them, they're new to me, but they're not new to the world. They'll be new to you. There's a band,
every band is new.
I know. There's a band called Sabaton, and they're also a Swedish metal band. But what I thought was
with you in Swedish metal band.
I'm realizing maybe I'm into Swedish metal. Like who knew?
What do you do? Go down wormholes of Swedish metal bands?
Honestly, that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been going
Jesus.
Like if I hear somebody mention a name of a band, I go and research them and say, would I like them or would I not like them? And so Sabaton, what I thought was cool was they all of their songs are basically historical based. I love history. History is like my favorite subject in school, all that stuff. So all of their songs are like history based and usually military based as well. So the song that was introduced to me was called Christmas Truce, which was about when in World War I on Christmas, you had the people in the trenches, you had like the good side and the bad side. And one side was singing like Christmas carols and the other side decided to join in. And then they decided, well, hey, it's Christmas. Let's just, hang out. We drink together and play games. So they had a truce just for Christmas. And
then they go back to shooting each other?
Yep. Next day. But it's
wow.
Yeah. And so, and then that's a 100% true story. But the fact that they have a song about it, I thought was really awesome. But the band's called Sabaton. I think
still not going to listen, but cool story.
I don't think they're too heavy for you. I think you would actually.
I'm not going to listen to a Swedish metal band. I'm just not.
Why? Is it just because they're from a different land?
Because I don't think I would like it.
Well, you haven't heard it. Yeah, I think you would like it. I'll play.
I have a very limited scope of music. Okay,
I know.
You know that.
I know. And so I
need to add to the scope.
I've never been one
with Swedish metal.
I've never thought of myself as somebody who would enjoy Swedish metal, but once I heard, some of these bands, I'm like, I think I like it.
Of course, it's music. You like it. That's all there is to it.
It is what it is. But that's my new thing. I'm now into Swedish metal.
Oh,
so anyway,
next week, Japanese metal.
It could baby metal. You've seen baby metal.
Oh my God.
And so I'm for it. If it sounds good, I am there, folks. Okay, with that being said,
this is Cindy Starfall, and it's time for Mooney's Dugout. Love you, Mooney. Boom. This is all you, sir. You got there's no pressure on you. You got a big game this weekend.
I know. I mean, well, that's, obviously that's the big news or the big game of the week. But first, 2 quick stories before we go into that. LeBron James passes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the all-time scoring list.
What is that?
And I'm not very happy about it.
What is that?
It's going to happen eventually, but
what does that mean? I guess from like
most points.
No, but I'm not gonna lie. This is how dumb I am. I thought MJ had that.
No, Abdul-Jabbar was in the league for a long time.
Okay, so but all the people
MJ stopped after a certain amount of time, and he took 2 years off. So
does it? Yeah, but does this mean that like now all the LeBron fans can go, okay, now he's better than MJ?
Of course they're gonna. It doesn't even mean that at all. Mm-hmm. It's like when Ovi passes Gretzky. It doesn't mean he's a better goal scorer.
Okay.
It doesn't even mean close to that.
So it's like one small piece.
Right. It just means LeBron James has played a lot of games.
Mm-hmm. And he's the thing is he's not retiring. He's not retiring anytime soon, right?
Probably 2 more years. The rumor is he's going to wait until his son, Bronny James, enters the NBA, and he wants to play 1 year with his son, and then he's going to retire.
Okay.
But the problem is he doesn't know where his son's going to be drafted. So he's got to like do all these 1 year contracts until his son is drafted, and then he can sign with that team if that team's willing to sign.
But physically, he's healthy though, right?
Healthy-ish.
So couldn't he could pad his stats, quite frankly. He could.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
is he still putting up more points than most people?
He scored, I think, 50 the other night at the Garden versus us, and he beat us.
There you go.
Or 30. He was like 38 or 40.
So he's got a good 5 years. 5 years if he wanted.
Maybe 3. The problem is Father Time. It's just like Brady this year, right? You just don't know when it's going to win. It always wins, but you don't know when it's going to give you that knockout punch. Is it going to be the 14th round or the 5th round, right? Once you turn like 35, 36, Father Time is all, you're in a matchup and you just don't know when he's going to win.
Yeah.
Especially on these more physical demanding sports like basketball, hockey, football, baseball. You could go a little further because you're not running and jumping and doing.
It's not as physically taxing.
Yeah, it's not as physically taxing. They're like, oh, you pay 162 a year, but like, yeah, if you're Cal Ripken, you're sitting there at third base. You're making some moves, but he didn't do the diving and whatever when he got older.
Yeah,
you're just sitting there, and especially if you play first base, you're just getting a ball thrown at you. Maybe you're picking a ball off the ground or two. Come on, and then you can DH too. That's the other thing.
I did see our boy Dave Portnoy talking about it, and he basically said that, like, he hates LeBron.
Oh, yeah.
And he was just like,
I hate LeBron.
He was like, yeah, but LeBron doesn't even have a home. Like, there's no team that he can basically claim his
right,
home.
because he played X amount of games with Cleveland, X amount of games with Miami, X amount of games with LA, right? He's garbage. This I thought was really telling, and I hope it's a sign of things to come. The LIV made no revenue in 2022.
That's the golf thing?
Yeah, like that Saudi Arabia funded golf league.
Yeah, but didn't they they overpaid everybody ridiculous
did.
Though? So
they're out, like they literally are negative 200 million or whatever it is.
Yeah, but is it like, how like a company first couple years they're net negative or whatever because they put so much money in advertising and whatnot, so then 5 years from now they're going to finally make a profit?
I don't think so.
I don't know how that works in sports.
Like, I don't know. How do I say it? they get popularity because of the
Mhm.
feuding with the PGA, and that's what they sell.
Mhm.
Is it? I mean, they're not. No one's paying for these channels that these LIV golf events are on.
Have you watched any of them?
No, like
Oh,
they don't.
okay.
They're hard to watch. I mean, I don't know anyone who has watched them. They don't really advertise them, so it's their only claim to fame is arguing with PGA people.
Mhm.
And in fact, like Mickelson, like added fuel to a fire and said they should have a Ryder Cup style match. This is, I think, is cool. A Ryder Cup matchup, which is, Ryder Cup is US versus like, I think it's England, but it could be the rest of the world.
I thought it was the rest of the world, but they have to be playing in England or something like that.
And they play one in England, one in America.
Yeah,
and they
maybe
switch.
it is just England then.
It could be rest of the world. I'm not 100%.
Okay.
But either way,
Ryan.
Either way, they're going to have I would love this if it were to happen. A Ryder Cup style matchup of LIV golfers versus PGA golfers. And Mickelson's like, "Oh, we would easily win that." I'm like, "No, you wouldn't."
It's Ryder Cup, Brian. Sorry. Oh, we're just looking it up. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
I'm just out of curiosity.
Mickelson's like, "Oh, we beat you," and Mickelson is absolutely insane.
It Ryder Cup teams? I guess is it England
Just
versus
Ryder Cup? Is
it England versus America, or is it America versus the rest of the world?
I want to say I thought it was England, but I could be easily.
It could
wrong.
be. I don't know. We're gonna educate
because
the
there's
fan
two.
base.
There's two. Maybe there's two. Maybe there's one versus
So
just
it's
England.
Team Europe, captained by Luke Donald, will host Zach Johnson's Team USA.
Europe. Okay, so not England, all of Europe.
Okay, there you go. Okay, boom.
So that's why they get the Spain in there, and they get kind of
See, we're educating, folks.
Educating.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna. I told you about. I think it was Kurt Busch earlier. Yeah. I find that to be so fascinating. Just to bring it up, folks. Kurt Busch, the NASCAR guy.
Yeah.
He was in Cancun, and he was going to board his private jet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He was going to board his private jet back to America, and so the Mexican FBI basically did a little bit of a search and found that he had a gun with like some six hollow point bullets.
Yeah, hollow points are
which
like
is
no joke.
Which is kind of like a stupid thing on his part.
Yeah, it's like Brittany Griner, like dummy.
Yeah, like if you think about it, he probably didn't even realize it was going on. But anyway, my man had to pay like an $1,100 fine, which is nothing because
he's got
NASCAR money.
He's got NASCAR money.
He's in a private plane, for Christ's sakes. But get this, my man got sentenced to 3.5 years of Mexican prison. Prison.
Will he really serve, you think?
I don't know. See, I think they let him
be paid off.
I think they let him go back to America, which means he's never ever stepping foot in Mexico. And I don't think America extradites.
But here's the thing: Mexico is, as well as I do, corrupt. He could easily pay them a little more than $1,000. He could probably go, here's an extra 90.
I wonder why they sentenced him though. You know what I mean? Like why sentence him? No, but if you can
here's an extra
him,
$99K. Why do you say we throw this out?
But that's what I'm saying is you have the conversation in the back room and you go, like, if I'm him, before they even sentence me, I'm like, look, I know you're going to try to shake me down. I will give you,
I got money,
a cool $100,000 to walk away.
Yeah.
Don't make the papers, nothing like that. But the fact that they gave him $1,100 fine and then
maybe they just want to show that they're tough.
Later.
Maybe they want to show they're tough. Like, oh, look at us, we find him, and then that's why,
But like, no chance do I step foot ever again in Mexico if I'm Kurt. But like Cancun's not that great.
Yeah, I would. He's dumb if he ever goes back.
Because like, can you imagine being stuck in a Mexican prison?
Other islands and countries.
Oh, absolutely. But
you don't need to go back.
He's
go to Thailand. They got good beaches.
I don't know if America extradites.
Stay away from the Thai ladies.
Like that would be kind of fascinating too. If America's like, we know where he is, Mexico, we'll get him and bring him back down. You helped us with Chapo. We'll give you Kurt Busch. God.
I don't think it's that serious.
So it'll be interesting to see, but I wouldn't want to have 3.5 years of Mexican prison on my head.
No, that's why you pay it off and you say I'm gone.
Yeah.
And I'm not coming back.
I was scared for him.
Even on a jet plane.
Yeah. He didn't seem to care as much, but I would be crying.
And that's actually a jet plane, so that would be.
That is true. Boom.
That?
It was written by John Denver.
Okay.
and it was sung by, I believe, the Mamas and the Papas.
Mamas and the Papas. All right. Well, time for the big game, folks.
I think.
Super Bowl Sunday is upon us, and I could not be more disappointed in the two teams playing because I have no care to see the Chiefs win another Super Bowl, and I hate the Eagles. So
I'll be ready for the Eagles, folks.
This game is going to be very, bittersweet to me.
Sure.
I love watching football, and I love watching the Super Bowl, but I don't care about either team.
That's true.
But
you definitely don't like Mahomes.
No, I don't. But I do love betting. And we have a bunch of prop bets ready.
So you're going to go Mahomes over Jalen Hurts. I know you've hated Mahomes for a long time.
I do like Mahomes over Hurts.
Okay, fair enough.
Hurts played at Alabama, and he played at Oklahoma. Two schools I'm really not fond of.
Okay, so he's really just effed by school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Prop bets.
Awesome. We do these every year, and I can't wait.
You usually kick my butt.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, no, I do. We the Super Bowl party I go to, we do like a 20 prop bets, and whoever wins, and I never won that either. I really suck at prop bets. But here we go. America the Beautiful. Who will be the first person shown during the song? Mahomes, Kelsey, Hurts, Reed, Sirianni, Brown, or other?
I think it's a Kelsey brothers Super Bowl because that's all they've been doing. So I think we're going to get a Kelsey.
Travis Kelsey.
The one that plays for.
How about I'll give you both Kelseys? So it could be Jason or Travis.
That's pretty generous of you, sir.
Because I don't think they'll show Jason. He's a center.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think Travis is more known, but I think they'll do both. They'll do. They won't. Maybe they won't. They're not going to be standing next to each other. That'd be kind of weird. But
I'm going to go Jalen Hurts because they usually go with the more popular guys second. And so I think they're going to show Hurts first, and then they're going to show Mahomes.
Okay, boom. Brian, do you want in on this, or is it just Mooney and I?
Just you and Mooney.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to record that. Matt has Kelsey's.
Plural. Yeah, he's got it.
I got it recorded.
And I have Hurts. Coin toss, easy one. Heads or tails?
I think this is the one that I screw up all the time because I always wanted to be heads. So I'm going to go heads.
Oh, I love tails. I'm a tails guy.
I like heads. I pluralized that, folks.
National anthem length. Over 95 seconds, under 95 seconds.
Who is singing the national anthem?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That is huge.
That is huge.
Because if it's
like Axl Rose,
if it's Metallica, then it's going to be done in a minute. If it's Whitney Houston,
like
again.
If it's Paul, what is it? Paul Simon.
Paul Simon.
That's going over.
Yeah. Well, if it's an R&B singer,
it is Chris Stapleton, a country music singer.
Oh, that's pretty short. Chris Stapleton's going to be under.
He is?
Yeah, he's not going to do a bunch of different runs, as they say in the hip hop community.
Okay, all right.
R&B
I'll go
community.
Over
I mean,
I'll go over.
So, what was the length of time?
95 seconds. I'm over. Matt's under.
Although 95 seconds isn't that long.
No, it's not. You already chose.
Why? Damn, why did they do 95 seconds? That's stupid. I think everybody would be over 95 seconds.
It should be like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
that's a little long though.
Minute and a half. Should we change it to minute and a half?
95 seconds is a minute.
That's the bet.
I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I need some Chloraseptic for my.
Let's keep it at 95. I'm over. Matt's under.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Jersey to score first. I'm going to leave your favorite one for last, by the way. So we have a couple more, but your favorite one's coming last.
Okay. Jersey to score first.
Odd or even. Very simple.
Oh, the number? I thought it was like the team.
No. Jersey to score first. Odd or even. So it doesn't matter what team it is. Touchdown, not field goal.
I'm going to go odd.
Odd? All right. I'll take even. Highest scoring quarter.
Third.
Ooh. I'm going to go with fourth.
Because they got to go back and forth.
Result. I like this is my favorite one. Result of the first drive.
So
touchdown, field goal, turnover, or punt.
Okay. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, so I'm going to go touchdown. Why not?
I'm going to go turnover.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
All right. Second to last, MVP position. Quarterback, wide receiver, running back, defense, or tight end. I'm not going to say defensive player, so I'm just going to say all defense.
I think it's going to be QB because they want the battle of the because if you think about it this way, they're both young quarterbacks, and it could be they want a rivalry. They want to have that. So I think it's going to be QB because the other thing too is once again it's a Kelsey Brothers Super Bowl.
And that's why I'm going to go with.
And you can't go they're not, to your point, they're not going to go with a line. They're not going to go with a lineman.
But Travis plays tight end.
I know. So
that's why I'm going.
Yeah, but if the Eagles win, they're not going to go. You're just saying it because you're
tight end. We don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
I'm saying Travis Kelce will get it if it's the.
I'm saying hedging your bets, you go QB because it could be any one.
You get to choose first.
Okay, I'll take QB.
I'd take tight end. I'm not going to pick the same as you. We got to pick
That's
different.
why you lose these things, sir.
Well, I'm not going to take the same as you.
Oh, okay.
It's boring that way.
Fair enough.
And I know you love this one. So I saved it for last.
Awesome.
Gatorade color.
Yep. And I've been wrong on this the last couple years, but I think I always stick with my favorite Gatorade. My personal favorite is orange Gatorade.
So you're going orange.
I'm going to go orange, but it hasn't been orange in a long time.
Yeah, orange is tough.
Orange is old school. That's what it is. That's the problem. Kids these days like blue and stuff.
I'm going red because I'm just going to hope the Chiefs win and they use red Gatorade.
Could happen.
All right.
Or wasn't it purple? I think it was like purple.
One year was purple. They really throw it off. So some of these bets I added colors. A lot of these bets, folks, if you go on like a betting site, they are plus 150 and minus 150, right? So like some of them are like yellow and any other color. So yellow is the most popular Gatorade color. So it's usually yellow and then any other color is the other bet. Like most popular. Go ahead. Go ahead, Brian.
I think we lost him.
Oh, sorry. I accidentally muted myself. It was yellow/green is what I saw. They combined green and yellow.
Any other color, right?
Boom. Awesome.
So, and then, but the crappy part of these bets is like even odd or even. Like odd is like plus 150, and then like even is like plus 120. Like I'm like, come on, like it really we're just the same thing.
It could be me being sick, but you're just talking numbers. I'm sitting there going, I have no idea.
Right, it's just the odds. Like if you bet 100, how much do you win?
Oh, okay. I'm sick. I'm sitting there just like,
you're like, okay. Well, that's it. I mean, that's
so. How are you planning to spend your Super Bowl, sir?
Going over. So every year I go over a friend's house. The guys who own Pest Now. He has a pretty big party. I usually get there a little early. I get there like 3, 4, and I usually, I run the prop pool bet, which is a 20. So it's 20 prop bets. You pay $20 to enter, and the winner usually gets like 800.
Wow.
So I run that, and because you know me with money and like making sure everything is fair.
You're one of the most honest people I've ever met in my life,
and that's why they have me run it, because I make sure everything is fair. I'm like, you're not getting a freebie on me.
Yeah, I would totally trust you.
Like, even if it's a hot chick, like, oh, can I get one to see? I'm like, no. Like,
I would question if an Asian came up, a hot Asian.
Well, I might put the 20 in for her. But...
Yeah, that might be a little sus, but
Sus. And then I hold the money for the square bets. Like, so, you put your money in the square, and if it hits like 5-4, right, you win. But
yeah.
Because we run a lot of them. We run like a $20 one, a $10, like 2 5s, and then like a couple of $2.
So you're basically MGM on Super Bowl. Yeah.
And I get to watch the game because like I said, I got to make sure I record all the props. But it's fun for me to do something else. Like I got something going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I usually run it with my friend Dennis. He's he has fun, and we always talk anyway. So
good. Brian, do you have any big Super Bowl plans?
Nope. I'll be watching it here at home.
They don't call him the best call.
I know.
I don't go to Super Bowl parties. I'd rather just watch it at home where I can concentrate on the game And
because you're bouge, you have a bouge house.
No,
I don't. I just want to concentrate. I don't want distractions when I watch the game.
Probably the last 4 or 5 years, I've done the exact same thing. I realize like, it's the people. My favorite Super Bowl party is when it's just me on the couch watching it uninterrupted.
You're your favorite company?
Yes, because like my problem is I don't mind the dudes. I really don't. Like the dudes, it's cool. But then you do get the dudes that like feel like they know every rule in the book and they don't. Like that annoys me because they're like, damn it, that was a whatever.
Yeah, that was holding or that was spearing or
I've watched 50 million games with you and you've never said anything until the Super Bowl. All of a sudden you're an expert of the Super Bowl. Yeah. And then you get the
Captain Rules.
You get the yentas that walk around who dress the part. Like they went to Target that day and got the local.
We knew some of those.
Yeah. And they're clearly there just for the food and stuff, but then they start talking too much while you're trying to watch the game. It's just a nightmare. So
I hate that. I hate the people that buy a jersey for the team they root for.
Yeah.
In the game. I'm like, why are you buying a jersey for
you just wasted clothes.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Dumbest thing ever.
Or you bought a t-shirt. Like, oh, really? You're a Chiefs fan?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, or the people that go like, I've got different, like, I've got cupcakes that are red. I've got cupcakes that are green.
Yeah.
Stupid. Just give me a normal chocolate cupcake and be fine, done with it. The fact that you got to sit there or we've got green fruit punch and red fruit, dumb. The whole thing is dumb.
And then they put footballs on like the, I'm like,
stupid.
Just make the cookie.
Yeah.
You don't need to put footballs on the cookie.
Yeah. Like the chocolate chip cookie doesn't get better because somebody put a plastic football on top of it. It
doesn't.
Just give me the chocolate chip
for
cookie.
me, it's more about like the seating position. Like I want my comfortable seat and I want to be at somebody else's house or some other place where the seat is uncomfortable and somebody's right next to me, like, cause there's not enough seating in the room or I have to stand or sit on the floor on a pillow or some stupid crap. Mm-hmm. I want to be comfortable.
I stand throughout the whole thing.
I will say, just to give props, the only Super Bowl party I actually did enjoy was Dr. Chris, who was on our show a while ago. He had this lady who basically just made pizza egg rolls the whole time. And so she kept feeding me. Like I was watching the game and she just kept making more. And she was like, fat guy, you like. And I was like, yes, I do, lady. I don't know your name,
want another one.
but keep these things going, But I can't do that anymore. So, but yeah, like I've had some good times. For the most part, they just annoy me. I'd just rather be at home. I can
you know me. I like people and I like going to the things.
Yeah. So, so hopefully I'm not sick and in bed, but
well, we'll see. You're headed that way.
This is this is a good weekend to like relax.
Nice.
And
all right.
Take it all in. But anyways.
All right. Well, I wonder what our friend Annie at Creative Underground is doing for the Super Bowl.
Well, considering the fact that I don't even think he really watches football.
Oh, he doesn't. That's right. But
he didn't grow up with it, in fairness.
All music, all tech support for Subfacts is provided by our friend Andy at Creative Underground. He runs a state-of-the-art production studio in Leesburg, Virginia. You and me and everyone can find out more by going to his website, but that's not where it's all, folks. When you get there, you'll learn he does specific client requirements. He does video live stream events. He does youth sports, corporate events, weddings, concerts, pro karaoke, and he's the best audio tech guy you can find. Go to his website, please, www.creativeunderground.co.com.
That sounded much better.
There you go.
.co.com. Awesome. I'm gonna do that
Casey
all night.
Kasem over here.
Yeah. So anyway, so up next is Ben from KStreetPhotographyDC.com. I actually almost saw Ben, but I missed him.
Almost.
Ben
side.
Apparently Ben is friends with Eyes of the Nile, and so he didn't go.
Oh, okay.
Tribute band. He didn't go, but he texted me the next day, like, dude, I saw you went to the show, and those are my boys,
nice.
And what's up? But Ben's too busy. He's all over the place. He's got drone footage of the new Google building and stuff.
Where's the new Google building?
It's in Reston. So
wow.
So
okay.
he
I'll never work there.
That's up on Facebook at the moment. But Ben's all over the place. He's doing portraits now. He's everywhere.
He's a pimp.
Once again, folks, when you think of picture taking. There's only one name, and that's Big Ben from KStreetPhotographyDC.com. He specializes in commercial real estate marketing, business headshots, personalized business branding, imaging, corporate events, team imaging, drone cinematography. Pretty much, once again, you think of photos, you think of Ben from KStreetPhotographyDC.com.
Bam. And I don't know if he had any Super Bowl specials, but like after the Super Bowl's over, folks, sports takes a little bit of a nosedive on Sunday. So now you can I would get your call in now to get your car cleaned on Sunday, because the spring months are coming. You're going to want your car to look perfect. And that's what he does. He makes every vehicle he touches look amazing. Big Dog Auto Detailing. Give them a call, 571-233-8716. Tell them Subfax sent you. You won't be disappointed. Anything you drive that you want cleaned, take it to him. He'll make it look like new.
Absolutely. Now is the time to get in.
Yeah, you do. And by the way, you're going to have Sundays free. So they are going to be completely free.
Yep.
Until about September.
So once again, Big Dog Auto Detailing, 571-233-8716. Tell them Subfax sent you.
Oh,
I need to keep this voice for the
Subfax.
For the commercial. I'm gonna we gotta plug ourselves. I know we should have done this earlier in the show, but looking at who's listening to our show, we have the whole West Coast. We have I've been calling
West Coast. Nice.
I've been calling people out in Washington State.
They need to email.
We added Oregon this go around, so we have Washington State, Oregon, and California. So we got the whole West Coast listening to our show.
West Coast.
Boom. I'm kind of an East Coast guy, but either way, it is what it is. But so we do have people in different places. We want to hear from you. So please write in at subfactspodcast@gmail.com. Be a part of the show.
Send ideas, criticisms, accolades, the whole nine.
Absolutely. And you can write us about anything. If
anything.
Good things, bad things, whatever things, just write us at subfactspodcast@gmail.com. If you want to learn more about our show and see what we look like if you're not watching the YouTube,
just go to our website,
subfactspodcast.com. You can also pick up merch. And so
T-shirts. The beach towels are going. I would suggest getting an order.
You definitely want to get your beach towels in pretty quick. So anyway, go to subfactspodcast.com for all things Subfax.
Nice.
In new folks in all the different locations, if you're going to you should tell your friends to like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. But if they say, hey, where can I go to listen to them? We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podbean,
Apple Podcast, Samsung Podcast.
We're any place that has podcasts, and
we're pretty much there.
All the major ones, Stitcher. We're pretty much there. I do want to start hyping up our YouTube footage. Hey, YouTube
what's up,
folks.
YouTube?
I think we're gonna start doing some more, little things to hype up our YouTube. So
yes, we are.
So anyway,
that's coming.
Look for that in the future. But really, if I personally like the YouTube, I'm really enjoying that. So anyway, check us out, folks. I think that's about it.
That's it.
I survived. My voice did not die.
You survived. So, I'm very proud.
Thank you. Took one for the team, folks. So enough about me. Let's talk about me. So with that being said, stay safe, everybody. And we'll see you next week. Boom.